All right, let's dive into an example of how to quickly and effectively remove negative thoughts or emotions. So just say you're driving down the freeway and somebody cuts you off, boom, and your first reaction is one of frustration, anger. How could that person be so rude and inconsiderate? First thing you want to do is name it, like I'm feeling frustrated, and that person is being inconsiderate. Next is question it. Okay, is it possible that it's not true, they weren't being rude or inconsiderate? Is it even possible that that's the case? And the third one is look for evidence. Okay, well, what if that person had a child in the back seat whose head was gashed open and they were going to the hospital? Is that possible? Of course it's possible. Well, then immediately, if that was the case, your frustration and anger turns to empathy in an instant, right? Because we've now changed the meaning of that event. It wasn't true necessarily that that person was rude. You see, people do things as they react to their own situations. The person who cut you off oftentimes is dealing with something else that has nothing to do with you. So we can start to feel empathy even if we don't know 100% the situation. If it's possible that even a portion of the opposite might be true, and we consider that and we look for those evidences, we can quickly and effectively release those negative emotions and those thoughts that we have. Here's another example. What about self-talk? Right? Negative self-talk, negative beliefs. Here's one. I fail at something. I'm like, God, I fail at everything. I can never win. So what we're going to do is like, hold on, we're going to take a pause and recognize what it is. Okay, my emotion, my thought is that I fail at everything. Is it possible that even a portion of the opposite might be true? Well, of course. I haven't failed at literally everything. So, number 3, look for evidences of the opposite. And really look and ask yourself, okay, have there been instances where I have won? Well, I did do well on that test. Or, oh, I do have a great family. Or maybe you don't. Maybe my job is actually going pretty well. Or maybe I don't love my job, but it's actually a good paying job. Or I have a roof over my head and I've successfully done that. Or I have a place to live. I was able to do well in my education. Whatever it is, you can look for some evidence. What you don't realize is those absolute statements like, I always fail, I'm never going to amount to anything. Those types of statements are absolutely not true. But as we say them in our head and sometimes even out loud, we start to believe it and our unconscious mind will create that reality. As we question those beliefs, question those thoughts, and look for evidence of the opposite, and make a list. Write down as many evidences as you can. You'll quickly realize that, I guess I don't fail at everything. I guess I can amount to something. Or I have accomplished a lot more in my life than I realized. And if that's the case, there's so much more that you can do. There's so much more value that you do have. And as you seek for those evidences and look for those on a daily basis and practice this every time a negative thought or emotion comes through, you'll watch the shift in the way you think about yourself. The feelings that you feel daily or regularly can shift. And that is how you hack your mind.